Our next briefer is Ayelet Samerano. Her son was kidnapped in Gaza on October 7th. I now give the floor to Ms. Samerano.
Dear Madam Ambassador, dear UN members, it has been 223 days since the horror of October 7 has happened. During this time, the support and sympathy for Israel have turned into apathy, even hate. My name is Ayelet Samerano, and I want to tell you what an UNRWA worker did to my son on October 7. But first, I would like to tell you a little bit about Yonatan and his core values as a 21 years old. The young people who participate in events like the Nova Festival advocate for freedom, democracy, and accepting everyone as equal. My young son's generation doesn't regard a person through their religion. They doesn't regard them through their sexual orientation or race. They just want to live a peaceful and happy life. My son was not armed. He was not in combat. His only weapon were his smile, his happiness, and his charm. Yonatan was full of life, always smiling, always joking. Even now, we find it impossible to associate him with words such as tragedy or murder. He did everything with joy, and people always sought his company, his friendship. Yonatan is life, and life is Yonatan. An UNRWA worker kidnapped my son, a social worker, employed by a so-called humanitarian organization under the umbrella of the UN. How can someone who works for an organization that claims to do good do something so cruel and inhuman? Do something? How can the UN pay this man salary? A man who dragged my son's body on the ground and then snatched him as if he were a prize into Gaza. And me, as a mother of my missing Yonatan, saw it on a video movie which that horrible terror organization Hamas published. How many more lives have been ruined by this person, tossing my son like he is not even a human being? Are there any other hostage held by UN employees? Even as we're speaking right now? Is it the UN who is holding my son captive? Do you know where he is? I'm asking you, and I'm asking you to bring him back to me. I'm not an investigator and cannot answer these questions. I'm just a mother who lost what is most precious to her in the world. I need the world to hear my cry, a mother's cry. I'm willing to do anything, no matter what it takes, to ask for your involved. please do not turn a blind eye to the plight of Yonatan and other 132 missing people. Help me find out what I need to know about my son. I demand that you fulfill the purpose for which you sit here. In 2019, the UN Security Council, UR, adopted Resolution 2474, according to which the member states are obligated to return remains and persons reported missing as a trust-building measure and as a precondition for any agreement. You are seeking a ceasefire agreement, and I remind you that you must demand the implementation of this resolution to return the person reported missing before creating the ceasefire agreement you wish for. The world wants to move forward, but none of us can. Because 132 hostages are still held in Gaza. I cannot move on. Every night I scream in silence. Every morning I cry on my way to work. Every bite I take, I think about my son. And I live like that through each day, over and over again. Most of you have children, grandchildren even. Can you imagine one of your colleagues brutally dragging them away from you? I was raised on the belief that the Red Cross, the UN, and similar organizations are there to provide help, protection, and relief. My soul is shattered when I know that a UN employee has taken my son at his darkest hour, has murdered him, and is even preventing me to know where he is and when will he back to me, so I can give him the last kiss and hug so he can finally rest. You, as part of the UN, who no doubt joined this organization believing you are moral people, how can you favor terror over morality? Tonight, as you settle for a nice dinner, or perhaps later as you tuck your children in for the night, I ask of you to remember my Yonatan. A basic wish of a mother who carried her child for 9 months, gave birth, raised him through various illness, through school, is to at least kiss him before saying goodbye forever. My heart is broken, and I ask of you to help repair it. Bring my son home.
Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay informed and inspired. This is Dejobnik signing off.